everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Raiders coming in at 5-8, going up against the Cowboys, who come in at 6-7.
It's a day, Larry, that fans in these parts will need to savor as we come to you from the East Bay at Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's Elliott, and he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second down, Elliott. And an alley to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum. Up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. Still going. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. He may try and run for this. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk-reward call. If it works, he walks in. But otherwise, you're bringing up a really tough 4th down situation.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw his Carr. And this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
Carr going to throw. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the 1st. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. It's a big play there for Oakland. 61 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Throwing now is Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Flush to his right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They come out here in the eye. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. It's Coleman here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are back within a score.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. 3rd and 4. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On play action, it's Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Steps away, under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 6-year man Marquette King on to punt as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. This is Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And this one caught by Des Bryant. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now Prescott. That is going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The man whose father was a Cowboy, Mario Edwards Jr. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This is fielded at the goal line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Not something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Marquette King now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Ohio State, Garyon Conley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They will run again with Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Dancing to his left. And that's complete to Walford. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over it.
29.
Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Malik Collins in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Play action. Now it's Carr. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Prescott now on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Obi Melifonwu, the rookie out of UConn. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The rookie from Michigan, Taco Charlton. And it'll be a second and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Carr now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And now here come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Power running by Zeke. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 4 yards remaining now on second down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bailey now to kick this one away. Roberts on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Robert Blanton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They go to Elliott again. And an alley to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 30. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Carr to throw on second down. Being chased out left. They find some open field here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On third and long, it's Carr. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go deep for Roberts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Raiders trying on fourth down, but to no avail. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Elliott. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Carr. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The rookie from Michigan, Taco Charlton. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. And he's got room. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And he's gonna be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Demarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And here we go on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz. 6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. The play clock's running down. Here's Elliott. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bailey able to knock it through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Prescott. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Again to Elliott. And he loses the football the 2nd time.
Wow.
That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Cowboys on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The give is to Elliott. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, jumping over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll look to get back